Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is your weekly horoscope for Monday the 2nd of January, going through until Sunday the 8th of January. Happy New Year. I hope you're really excited about this new start. Now, before I look at the actual days here of the week, please remember that Mercury is still in retrograde. It's in Capricorn and it retrogrades back into Sagittarius on the 5th of January, which makes it overly optimistic. We're in the kind of age, or we're in the time of Capricorn here in January. It's about getting practical, it's about getting busy, looking at, the outside world if you're in the northern hemisphere, noticing that there's snow outside, that the house is cold, that you have to chop the wood, that you have to light the fire, that you have to work. If you want to be comfortable, you have to do something for it. That's what Capricorn is all about. Let's get grounded, let's get practical, let's stop whining about it and get on with it. Now, when the Mercury planet of communication and the way you think reverses back into Sagittarius, we're going back to Christmas. We're going back to, sparkling lights and really having hope and enthusiasm and being overly optimistic in a sense. And it doesn't fit with this time particularly. So we've got this 3-day period between the 5th and the 8th of January where you may be a little bit, wide-eyed and expecting of wonderful things. Keep it grounded, keep it practical. That's the best way forward, and that's the best way to manage this energy. Now, the good news is that the retrograde ends on Sunday the 8th. Mercury, especially in Capricorn, it rules the way things transport and the way things interact with each other and the way we talk to other people and the way tickets are printed, whether they have the right name on it or not. So that really makes things a lot simpler. There'll be fewer muck-ups, there'll be fewer kind of little mistakes, and life just swings along more easily and it flows more clearly and without all these complications. Now, also, what I want to just mention is that we have got Mars in Pisces at the moment, and it's really close to Neptune in Pisces. Mars is the planet of drive and aggression and what moves you ahead. And it rules Aries, okay? Aries is a fire sign. It's the first sign of the zodiac. Pisces is water, and it's the last sign of the zodiac. So Mars doesn't particularly love that. It's inward looking, it's overly focused on emotions, and Mars gets irritated. Neptune is the dream planet of water and aspirations. It's Ariel's dad in The Little Mermaid, King Triton, King Neptune of the sea, of the oceans. He rules the seas, he rules the feelings, he rules the intuition, he rules everything to do with our inner worlds, okay? Mars and Neptune together, that's a lot of feeling. Lots of men feeling feelings, and I mean, I don't want to betray my gender here, but not every man I've met is 100% comfortable delving into every aspect of the emotional stuff. They'd rather get on with it and move ahead without over-analyzing. Okay, so we've got this going on, and the way it looks here from the 31st of December going through in the first couple of days of January, it's kind of like a hangover. It's kind of like it can be a physical hangover if you overindulged, and actually the energy pushes you towards overindulgence. But it's also like an emotional, spiritual hangover. Oh my God, can I stop feeling all of these feelings, please? I just want to get on with my new year and build my business. Do I really have to feel all of this? So that epitomizes Mars and Neptune in Pisces. It's this reluctance to feel the feelings. It's a reluctance to kind of go there. And the way forward is to actually get busy and to not delve into it and to not go into kind of years of therapy if you just want to do it and get on with it. So just be aware of that. It's kind of the backdrop to what we're trying to achieve. If you're getting really busy at the beginning of January here, then just be aware that maybe physically or emotionally mainly, you may not be singing in the rain. It may not be all jazz hands and wonderful. You may feel a little bit like, wish these feelings could stop. That eases off during the first few days of January. Now, on Monday the 2nd of January, we've got the moon going into Pisces. That adds to it, more Pisces. And the moon conjuncts Neptune and Mars in Pisces. So this is the strongest hangover day of the beginning, okay? So we've got the 1st of January where you may be feeling the physical effect. On the 2nd of January, you'll feel the emotional, spiritual effects. Then we get our first little surprise and present of the year on Tuesday, the 3rd of January, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, she goes into Pisces. Now, Venus actually likes Pisces, okay? Venus loves Pisces. She's very romantic, she's very passionate, she's nurturing, caring, and this is really good news for lovers on Tuesday, the 3rd of January. Mercury is in Capricorn, and that conjuncts Venus in Pisces, so it's all about communicating your love and expressing your love and making other people know you love them. So this is a really fab day for love and romance and passion and excitement. So plan like a date or an evening or something like that. It's wonderful. Now, Wednesday, the 4th of January, the hangover is done. The moon goes into Aries at 21 minutes past 4 in the afternoon, and it's time for action now. So really, this is much more along the lines of let's get down to business. What have I got in mind? Let's do it. Okay? So think of January 1, 2, and 3 as emotional, and beyond that, it's all about business, it's all about work, it's all about moving ahead. On Thursday, the 5th of January, we've got the first quarter moon at 7:48 in the evening, and that's like, okay, first chunk done. Let's take stock. The moon is still in Aries, and it squares the sun in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn. So it is about taking stock of what you've done so far and asking yourself, what am I going to continue to do, and how am I going to take action, and how am I going to create change on a physical level? Business, power, getting busy, getting strong, and making things happen. On Friday, the 6th of January, that energy really gets even stronger and stronger because the moon goes into Taurus at 19 minutes past 8 in the evening. And Taurus is really the most earthy of the signs. You know, the earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Capricorn is about work. Virgo is about sorting things out. Taurus is about really being in the body, feeling what is, creating luxurious, beautiful environments, feeling the body and getting in touch with things like romance and passion and feelings, sorting out business and finance, housing, the land, crystals, anything that has to do with earth, okay? So when the moon goes into Taurus is like, doof, it hits the ground, okay? This moon in Taurus also then sextiles Venus in Pisces, so we're talking about love and romance again. Taurus can be very loving and very passionate and very focused on the physical connection between two people because it's ruled by Venus. So it's the physical side of love. So there are two things here on Friday the 6th. Yes, you can roll up your sleeves and really get busy when it comes to work and sorting out your money and your business, but also it's another great day for love and romance and passion and really being with someone in a loving physical way. Now, Saturday the 7th, the sun and Pluto, they conjunct, and that's really a big deal, okay? The sun is your identity, it's what drives you, and we're in this kind of very Capricorn time. Pluto is power and it's rebirth and it's really the outer world and it's big energy. And when those two come together, they're both at 17 degrees on this day, on Saturday the 7th. It's really like power conference day. It's like, how am I going to change the world? As Steve Jobs said, how am I going to create a dent or make a dent in the universe here? It's huge self-belief. It's really empowered. Use that to continue the energy that we had at the end of the year with the new moon in Capricorn, which was all about how can I make a new beginning? How can I transform my physical life? How can I work to make things better for myself? And this is really now the first day in January where it's like you are the boss and there's no question about it. You just know it, you just feel it. You're in charge of your own life. Whatever anybody else says really will be very irrelevant to you on this day in a good way. Because you're the boss and you have a really crystal clear idea of what you're doing, and other people, who cares? Now the moon is also in Taurus and it trines Pluto and the sun in Capricorn. So we've got Pluto in Capricorn, the sun in Capricorn, the moon in Taurus, we've got Earth. Everything is within your grasp, within your reach. You can make it happen if you think it, if you believe it, you can take the action to bring it about. I want to really emphasize this, okay? Because a lot of us feel very disempowered in the world. Especially, I found my generation, people who were born in the 80s, for instance, are very much like, oh, you know, my parents had it a lot easier than I did, in a sense that they could walk from one job into the next, they could buy and afford houses. I don't know what it's like across the world, but here in England or in London, for people in their 30s to buy a house is almost impossible. The salaries that you're getting and the house prices are totally out of alignment. And even getting a job and getting out of the, I've done 1 year's unpaid internship, that is very difficult. And finding work that then pays you decently is a difficult thing for the generation, okay? And with all of that, if you kind of grow up in that environment, you will at some point think, well, no matter what I do, unless I have a huge success, I don't really have a lot of control over my life. I don't really get to make this big dent unless I have this huge belief. And that's true to some extent. So here on Saturday, the 7th of January, we've got a day where you've got huge belief and where you can make a dent and when you can overthrow the system and when you can make your life what you want it to be, despite the obstacles, despite what I've just talked about. And you can go beyond that and ignore it and be this big success and buy your house in London. So really make the most of that. It's really a very, very powerful day. On Sunday, the 8th of January, things lighten up completely. The moon goes into Gemini at 7 minutes past 10 in the evening, and this is about fun and communication. So the end of the weekend here is much lighter. It's much more about having fun and chatting and just letting loose. So really use the Saturday to your advantage to make things happen. So I hope that gives you an idea of the week that you'll be working with. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. We can draw up your horoscope based on your date of birth, place of birth, and time of birth, and we can look at how these transits affect you specifically. So if you have any specific personal questions, then please get in touch with me for a private reading. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you next week. What feels comfortable, and Libra is about being able to create positive, harmonious relationships and building a bridge between you and other people. If you're single, you